Hello everyone, myself Bala. Today this small session we see about how to add and mount an additional EBS volume to an Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Why I mentioned over here Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Originally, as you know, Linux is developed by Red Hat Enterprise, but today it is available in various distributions like CentOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, Kali, SUSE, etc. In order to mount additional EBS volumes to these various distributions, different setup commands needs to be performed. But in this session, we are talking about how to mount additional EBS volumes to an Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Let's switch to AWS console and see how to use with these various distributions. When you see over here Amazon Linux 2 AMI, this is the latest version of Linux, that is from Amazon. Amazon Linux AMI is the older version. Red Hat Enterprise Linux, SUSE and Ubuntu. What about other flavors like Fedora? You don't see over here. Even CentOS, you don't see. But if you want to work with these flavors, what are the options available? Okay, so let us see and search over here CentOS. You will be able to get it from AWS Marketplace. So if some of the image is not available in my AMI, so you will be able to get it from AWS Marketplace. Let us go back to PPT. So before setting up an additional EBS volumes to an EC2 instance, let us see little bit background about what's the real need to add additional EBS volumes. If you are working as a big data professional, you will get a chance to work with terabytes, petabytes, and even exabytes of data for analytics. For storing and processing these big amounts of data in real time, you will be really working with various big data tools and services including Spark, Presto, Flink, Hive, MongoDB, HBase, DynamoDB, EMR, MSK, IoT streaming, etc. Really, list is very big, but these are the small tools, and these tools you can host in on-premises or virtual machines. Even various cloud providers like AWS, Azure, Alibaba, OpenShift, Google Cloud Platform, or managed services like AWS EMR, MSK, Azure Databricks. Let us assume you are working with these tools by hosting in AWS EC2 instance. That is where you will be attaching EBS volumes, and the attached volumes may get filled up very quickly. So that is where you will get a chance to mount additional EBS volumes. So we see what are the different steps you need to perform for mounting additional EBS volume. This is the agenda for today's session: attaching EBS volume, mount EBS volume. Once you mount, it may not work properly when you reboot EC2 instance. So to make it perfect, you have to mount the EBS volume permanently. Just 2-3 simple commands you have to perform to make it, to mount EBS volume permanently. That is what we are going to see. And as you know, this is just demo. In order to avoid additional charges, you just unmount and delete that EBS volume. So let us switch back to AWS console and see how to do the same. If we go EC2 instance, I have already created an EC2 instance. I am assuming you know about how to create an EC2 instance. So if you want to know about how to create, you may watch other videos, but in this session we are concentrating about attaching EBS volume. So that's why I have created an EC2 instance already. So for this EC2 instance, in Windows, normally you will use putty to get it connected. So let us go putty and connect to this EC2 instance. So load, and if you see over here the IP address 3223, this is the IP address of this instance. 3223.135.15. Let us connect. Okay, it's successfully connected. So for this EC2 instance, if you see over here, this is the block device and root device. How to check the attached devices over here? So you will use very simple command lsblk. With the help of this command, you will be able to find out what are the block devices attached to this EC2 instance. You see over here XVDA1 off space available 8 GB. So this is the block device. If you go and launch this EBS volume, you see 8 gigabytes of data available for this EBS volume. That is what you are seeing over here. So in order to attach EBS volume, as I mentioned earlier, if this disk space is reaching 100%, that means like 8 GB, that time you may attach additional EBS volume. But how to find the disk space available for these block devices? So very simple command again you will perform. So that is what dfh. If you use this command, you will see the file system, the block device, and the size of the block device, what is the size is used, like 1.1 GB is used, 7 gigabytes of data space is available, and it's currently 14%. Let us assume this is approaching 95% or 90%. That time you may get a chance to add additional EBS volume. So that is where we are seeing how to attach additional EBS volume. So go over here and create a volume. So create volume. As you know, this is just demo. I'm using 5 gigabytes. And very importantly, you have to choose availability zone. So let us see, EC2 is available in ES East 1A. So EBS volume also needs to be created in the same availability zone. The idea is very simple. Let us assume your computer is in one location and trying to attach EBS volume in another location. How it would be? You cannot perform, right? Even you are able to do, latency is very low. So that is the reason it's better to have EBS volume in the same availability zone in the same location close by. So I am creating the EBS volume in the same availability zone as my EC2 instance available. So create volume. As soon as you create volume is creating, then it will go to available status. You see over here available status. Let us go and see putty. Again try performing the same command lsblk. You don't see over here. Even if we go and use command disk space, still you don't see over here. Okay, so in order to see over here, you have to attach. You just created, but you haven't attached this EBS volume to an EC2 instance. So you have to attach. Go over here, access, attach volume. So EC2 Web 1. You go over here, EC2 console, EC2 Web 1. This is the EC2 instance I created. So that is the one you are seeing over here. By any chance, EC2 instance available zone is different from EBS volume you created, you may not see. So you have to make sure both EBS volume and EC2 instance should be in same availability zone, so you don't get any issues. Okay, so you are getting dev SDF1 SDF attach. As soon as you attach, the state you see is changed to in use. That means it's in use. So when you go over here and see again lsblk, absolutely you'll see over here the attached disk xvdf. If you go over here your EC2 instance and just refresh, you see this disk additional volume whatever you attached over here. So that is the one you are seeing. And if you remember, 5 gigabytes of data you were added, so that is what you are seeing over here. Okay, now let us see DFH. You are not seeing the attached volume. The reason, you were just attached but not mounted. So in order to see over here, you have to perform mount commands. So again, in order to mount this EBS volume to this instance, you have to find out the file system. Normally for Linux instances, you will be using XFS or ext4. So in our scenario, we go with XFS. But how to find the file system? Again, you have to perform simple command dfht. If you use this command, you will be able to see the file system. See over here, XFS 8 GB, 1 GB of space used, and 7 GB is available. So this is the file system. So for the additional volume as well, we go and use the same file system. So in order to find volumes attached to EC2 instance, you will be using this command. Free spaces, I mean disk space used, you want to find out means this is the command you will be performing. Along with file systems, you want to find out the file system of the disk, you will be using this command. Sometimes what happens, you may not be able to this command mkfs txfs. In order to make file system, you will be using this command. Let us go and see on how to make fs file system. mkfs txfs, and before going there, let us see lsblk. If you go, so this is the additional volume you were attached. So make file system txfs dev xvdf. This is the one you are going to give. So xvdf1, that is the one you are giving over here. Enter. Permission denied. So you may have to switch to root user sudo su. Now if you type the same command txfs dev xvdf, see mkfs txfs, this is the file system, and block device is successfully performed. Sometimes what happen, you may not be able to perform this command. That means you have to execute this command sudo su install xfs procs. So xfs tools you have to install in order to perform this command. So in my case it's already installed, so that's why you are not getting any issue. So by any chance if you are unable to execute this command, what you will do, you try performing this command, it will get installed, then you don't get any issues. Now you created file system, let us see it's attached dfh, you still don't see. Again you have to mount it. So in order to mount that volume, you have to create one directory at root folder. So let us try to create directory demo is created successfully. Let us attach the volume to this directory. So mount, this is the command you are going to perform. So mount dev xvdf, so that is the one here. So you performed over here, right? This is the device, you are attaching it to demo drive, you are mounting it to demo drive. It's done. dfh, you see successfully it's attached. So far is good. But when you reboot your EC2 instance, you may face issues like it's not mounted permanently. So in order to mount this EBS volume permanently, you have to perform, you have to add it to FS tab. In order to add it to FS tab, what you have to do, you have to find out device attributes. Let us see the device attributes with BLK ID. So XVDF, these are the device attributes you are having, and file system XFS. If you remember, while making file system, this is the file type you used, XFS. So that is what you are seeing over here. So copy this command, copy these parameters, this attribute to Notepad. Okay. And go to PuTTY. So in order to attach it to permanently, you have to use vi etc fs tab. If you see over here, this is the root volume and its attributes already added over here. In order to add the volume, whatever you are attached, so copy just this command, copy, make sure no spaces, and this is the device file system. You just try using what are the properties you see over here. That is what I'm trying over here. XFS is the file system, defaults, no time, 1 1, escape, save. and exit. To make sure the properties were saved properly, etc fs tab is perfect. Exit, and additional simple step you have to perform. Mount A. Mount A is mounted successfully. To make sure DFH, you see, successfully. You see over here. Okay, even you reboot, it never face any issues. You will never come across any issues. Okay, so if you go console, you are able to see over here. We are done with successfully. To avoid unnecessary charges, what you have to do, you may unmount. So how you will unmount? You mount and the directory you were used. In my scenario, I used demo. Okay, you unmounted successfully. Let us perform df command to see it's unmounted. You see over here, you are no longer seeing over here. Here, you see the additional volume you mounted under demo. So you were unmounted over here, and again if you do dfh command, you don't see over here. So that means you were unmounted successfully. But let us see in AWS console. So it's still there. That means it's not completed. So what you have to do? You come over here, putty, so lsblk. If you perform, you still see over here. Okay. So in order to unmount and detach this disk, what you have to do? You have to come over here and go this disk, and you have to detach. Go over here and detach volume. Yes, detach. See, it's still processing. Change it to available. So you are successfully detached. Let us go over here and perform lsblk. Now it's gone. In your case, it may take couple of seconds. Even when you mount, when you attach, come over here and perform lsblk, you may not see immediately. In case if you don't see the drive immediately, you may wait for a couple of seconds and try performing the same command again, then it will get reflected. Okay, so successfully it was unmounted and detached to your EC2 instance. When you go over here, currently you have two EBS volumes. If you refresh it, it's gone. Okay, but still you are seeing it's in volumes. Okay, so this is the additional volume you still see. To avoid unnecessary charges, what you do, go ahead and delete this volume. Okay, thank you guys. Hope this session is helpful for you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.